I am not the ultimate fisherman, but I am getting there. Large rock formations running into a creek. That means we're above the fall line again. So the last time we went above the fall line, we were successful. We caught fish, we caught new species for the channel, but everything we caught was species that can be caught below the fall line as well. Today we are in Montevallo, Alabama, in an area called Shoal Creek Park. It's this beautiful area that used to be part of an 800-acre farm, and the family donated 160 acres of it to create this beautiful park that has this creek running through it called Shoal Creek. And Shoal Creek runs down into the Cahaba River system. So this is a different river system. It is a different geological area altogether, and hopefully we're able to find some different species. It's still January. Sorry for the road noise. The parking lot's right there. We actually got here a little while ago and walked way downstream, digging around trying to find any kind of sort of life, and we found nothing. We checked every deep hole we could find, and as you can see, this water here is actually pretty clear. Like, you can see pretty deep inside of it. So we went to several different holes and saw nothing. There was no life whatsoever. So we came back up to the parking lot and decided, well, let's check this area a little bit upstream, and we've managed to find some life. There are fish in this water in this winter environment, and so now we just got to put in the time of soaking bait until something finally comes up, hopefully. And the fish that we saw, surprisingly, are not tiny micros. See, there's this bend in the creek right here, and it makes a little deep hole like I've talked about before in the catfishing video. And so while scanning around for life, we actually saw what seems to be a type of sucker fish that's swimming around in this little area. I don't know if they're going to be willing to feed, or if I'm even going to be able to catch them, because, fun fact, the amount of sucker I've caught in my life is zero. Let's see if I can even see them again. Of course, now that I've started recording, I don't see them anymore. They were all up in this area, so I'm just going to give a blind cast and see if maybe I can convince something to come hang out. Wait, is that them? I think I see them. They're way over, they're on the far other side. That, or it's fish-shaped sticks. That's pretty close, and they didn't move, so I'm thinking that they are not alive. Oh, nope, I see one now. They're still over there. I've never sucker fished before, but I've read up on some basic tips. Now, I know part of it is, especially right now in the wintertime, you're not going to find some aggressive fish that's going to just run out and hit your bait the moment it's on the fall. Sucker fish are more of a, they're going to move up the stream, vacuuming the bottom, and so you're just supposed to leave your worm sitting on the bottom and hoping that it's in his path when he comes through feeding. So like all other winter fishing, even though I have a visual, I see the fish over there, if he's not in the eating mood, he's not going to eat. That's not what I wanted. Why am I throwing so crooked? I got two feeding right in front of me. I just need them to scoot that way to my worm. Thank you. Ha 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 ha. It was the same thing. I just reeled in, didn't know he was there. They put up a good fight. I'll give them that. Nice. And there we go. My first ever sucker of some sort. I don't think it's an Alabama hog sucker. I think it's going to end up being some kind of red horse. We'll just have to research it later. Had no idea he was there. Just reeled down. I was getting ready to throw to a different area that looked like it had feeding suckers in it, and had one on already.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, Lauren caught one like right before I started filming when we were trying to figure out if there was life in here, and she found one almost immediately. But you can see from that little mouth right there, clearly they're bottom feeders, and all they do is they kind of, you can see them occasionally as they're swimming by. They're just essentially vacuuming, grazing across the bottom of this creek. And so all you do is you toss your worm out there and let it sit, and hopefully they'll graze right over the top of your worm. No tug, no bite indication whatsoever. I just reeled down and he happened to be there. Now we'll let our sucker fish go. Whenever he's ready. And there he goes, right back down to the bottom. Boy, that water is cold. Oh. We're changing locations. We left them sucker schooled up where they were because it seemed like they just quit feeding. So we're gonna move down some and see if we can find some other life. I did see a bass swim by at one point while we were attempting to catch the sucker, and he seemed like he was pretty active, but apart from him and the sucker, we have not seen a whole lot of life out here. This actually gets extremely shallow, so this might be the border for that bass movement. I don't think he's gonna go up through that couple inches of water. Oh, there's the little waterfall. I see a small fish. There's a little minnow of some sort, like dead in the middle of the creek. Target acquired. Now there's two, there's three. So many. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Get him up, get him up, get him up, get him up, get him up. Into the tank.
Probably gonna be something we've already got before.
I think he's different.
Slow down.
No, that's tricolor.
What?
We're gonna try a change of angles. Bird's eye, baby. Bird's eye view didn't help. I couldn't get the shiners to bite, so we done come back over to the sucker hole. We've seen a couple of them still passing through, so we're gonna finish out the last bit of daylight trying to catch the suckers. Unfortunately, the sun's going down, so now the shade line is hitting my sucker hole, so it's becoming really hard to sight fish for them. I'm wondering if maybe some of them have moved down into the sunlight. Nope, 100%. It's there or nothing. That's real bizarre how the suckers just kind of pick their one range, because it's not like this isn't deep. There's a little deep hole right here, just like down that way, but for some reason, this is the only spot they seem to care about. And that's going to do it for this trip. We're still clearly in the January grind. I mean, we put in several hours out here, and between both of us, we each caught a sucker, and Lauren actually managed to catch a tricolor shiner, which was that group of shiner that we were trying at the bridge. But after she hooked that first one, the rest of them were not going to bite. I tossed and tossed and tossed, and nothing was showing up. So we came back down here to the little hole, and we saw a couple of them swimming by, but as you can see, it's done gotten nice and shaded over here. So that sunlight we were using earlier to sight cast to them, that's gone now. So can't see them. We're just kind of blind casting. At this point, it's just catfishing and hoping that a sucker will randomly be on the end of the line. But that was still a new species, so doing pretty good with the species actually for winter. So we'll keep on rolling with it. And until then, y'all have a good one.